Hi, I'm Davy. I'm awesome. Welcome to Davy's Awesome Stories, where I tell funny stories from my past or go on a rant in an effort to make you laugh. So this week, for the 5th time, I'm getting into some weird, wacky, crazy laws. I've done 4 of these before, but there's so many more and, well, they're fun. So let's get into the first strange law. The first weird law comes from the state of Alabama. I imagine they've got a lot of strange laws, but one in particular that I find a little interesting. It is illegal to have an ice cream cone in your back pocket. As usual, the first thing I have to wonder is, when was this an issue? I mean, first of all, I've had some jeans with some really good pocket room, but I can't think of any that could fit an ice cream cone back there. But apparently there was, and apparently this was a big problem, and I don't understand why lawmakers cared. Like, were these idiots who are carrying ice cream cones of all things in their back pockets getting onto public transportation and leaving ice cream butt smears all over the place? And finally some lawmaker was, "This ends today!" I mean, I just don't know. Not only that, but it's extremely specific. Like, I can't carry an ice cream cone in my back pocket. So, an ice cream sandwich is okay? An ice cream bar? A scoop of ice cream if I just want to put it in my back pocket to feel the coldness on my butt? That's fine. I understand it gets really hot in Alabama. Is that why they did it? They wanted the ice cream to cool their butt? You know that shorts exist, right? Or ice packs. Things that'll make a lot less mess. Like, you'll have a wet butt, but at least it won't be creamy and sugary. Was that the problem? Was the sugar melting all over their butt, and their butt was getting all over the place, and Alabama got overrun with ants? Yes, it was. It was the worst infestation of ants in the history of the United States. A plague of ants. The antocalypse, if you will. So many poor Alabamans were carried off by ants into giant ant holes to be their food. But they had to be waiting until the winter to be eaten. I know that's ridiculous, but I'm just trying to make sense of how this became a law. Like, how it was a problem and why you cared in the first place. Because ultimately, if some dude wants to get his butt all disgusting and covered in ice cream, don't come into my house or my car, but ultimately that's kind of your problem. You're the one that just ruined your jeans. Especially if that ice cream was chocolate. But again, it's just so specific, back pocket. So if I go to Alabama, that means whatever ice cream I want to carry on me, I can put it in my front pockets? Oh yeah, that's fine. Moving on to a state near me, right next to me, a couple hours away, Utah, where apparently it is illegal to walk down the street carrying a paper bag with a violin. But the bag can have heroin in it, right? Seriously though, oddly specific. It's illegal to walk down the street with a paper bag carrying a violin. I could almost understand the paper bag thing. It's a little stupid, but this is Utah. They're very strict. Maybe they want to clearly be able to see what's in your bag, but it's okay as long as it's not a violin. Are violins illegal in Utah now? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. So much is illegal in Utah. But I will say thank God that they did put a law like this, because I live literally a few hours away from Salt Lake City, and I can't tell you how annoying it is how many Utahers love to come in here carrying their stupid violins. Are you afraid somebody's just going to open their bag, pull out a violin, and start doing The Devil Went Down to Georgia? Utah? Why is that the specific thing they can't carry in a bag? They're allowed to have violins as long as they're out for display, everybody can see them? Do they have to spring the extra buck and get the case for the violin? You know, nothing else? I mean, it could be deceitful. What if there's a ukulele in there? That's deceitful. Does it go back to Prohibition times where people were sneaking alcohol inside a violin? People just taking the violins like, oh. And then it says a paper bag with a violin. Does that mean the violin is in the paper bag, or does that mean I can't hold a paper bag and a violin? That's just too crazy. Like, it's okay, officer. Just needles, bungs, and guns in here. But what's with the violin? Last I checked, this was America. Forget America. This is Utah. Like I said, if you live near Utah, you find out they've got some really, really strict rules about things, like alcohol specifically. You cannot buy it at certain times. If you have a bar, you have to have a thing on there that will stop the alcohol once it gets to 1.5 ounces, because that's the most you can have in a drink. Don't worry, Josh. Despite these laws, there's no shortage of alcoholics in Utah. But still, of all things, the violin. Is this just one stepping stone into eradicating music, Utah? The final strange law comes from Wisconsin, where apparently in the state of Wisconsin, it is illegal to serve apple pie in a public restaurant without cheese. This law may be weird, but I'm very much against it. First of all, public restaurants. So there are private restaurants out there. It is a thing. Restaurants where you have to be a member to be allowed to get in. Like, you probably have to pay a membership fee or something. Are people in Wisconsin opening those just so they can serve the apple pie without cheese? And as far as apple pie with cheese, I've heard of it, and I've tried it. I'm one of those people, I'll try anything once. It's not bad, but I don't prefer it. I like apple pie with some ice cream on top, maybe whipped cream, something. Not cheddar cheese. Like I said, it's one of those things, I tried it and I was like, well, this isn't terrible, but I don't prefer this. But I know that some people absolutely love that. They love the flavor that a slice of cheddar cheese brings out in apple pie. How did this become a law? Did a lawmaker go to a restaurant, and when they informed him, sorry sir, but we don't serve apple pie with cheese, he just went on a rampage? I will see to it that this insanity never happens to another victim ever again! I'm just saying, dude, couldn't you have just been like, never mind, I'll have the cake? Or gone to another restaurant? Like, I can't think of a restaurant where I had some really specific thing I wanted and they couldn't do it. I've been to a hot dog stand where they got on my case for ordering ketchup to put on my hot dog and I never went back. But I think that if, like, let's say, I've mentioned before, I know it's weird to a lot of people, but I like to dip my fries in mayonnaise. If I went to a restaurant that refused to serve me mayonnaise for my fries, then I'd probably just not go again. I wouldn't go out there and make a law like, hey, they have to serve mayonnaise with my french fries. There's so many ways you could have expressed your displeasure. Could have gotten up and left, not left a tip, but no, instead you had to seek justice? Or is it because, you know, Wisconsin's known as the cheese state? Just don't get me wrong, I love your white cheddar. So they were afraid that if people didn't have cheese on their apple pies, that the economy was going to crumble. I think you'll be okay. I think you'll be okay just putting it on burgers and sandwiches and pizza and stuff. But that raises another question. Like, if I go to Wisconsin and I order an apple pie and I don't want cheese, is that illegal? If I say no thank you on the cheese, or is it they just have to have the option? If you live in Wisconsin, can you answer that for me? If that's the case, I'd still go to Wisconsin, you know, go check out one of the cheese factories or something, but I just need to know, avoid the apple pie, because I don't want cheese on my apple pie. So is that your tyranny, Wisconsin? You're just sitting there like, yes, we will rule the world one slice of pie at a time. Cheese. If that's the case, you must be stopped. Bitch! So there you have it. That's my story video this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications when I post the videos, and leave a comment I can respond to in my next comment corner. Tell me some other strange laws you've heard of. Tell me if you can give any reason as to why these laws happened. Love you guys.